Came down here today to support, of course, Don Cherry.
Absolutely, yeah.
Tell us a bit about stuff. You've been talking to Joe here for a bit. What's the whole thing for you today?
You know, I caught on to it, I guess, the same time, almost the same time, a little after, Don heard about it. He lost his job, and next thing you know, there's big uproar on something he said, and I went back and listened to it, and of course, watched it 100 times by now, trying to figure out where exactly the big problem was. Knowing Don Cherry, I was expecting to hear maybe something, a little more interesting, let's say. And there's nothing really there, but obviously it seemed like quite a setup, to be honest with you.
You as a veteran, because you served in Syria and you served in the Golan Heights, served in the Cold War in Europe, and Don has always been there for the troops. I want to know what that meant to you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can only speak for myself, but I'm going to say that Don Cherry is probably one of the most patriotic Canadians I've ever heard of. I mean, he goes to Afghanistan for Christmas and spends it with the troops. So, I know a little bit about what it's like to be overseas during Christmas. It's not a hardship some of the places I went, not like Afghanistan, to be honest with you. That was a real bad go there. But I mean, he's a super patriot. He's a hardcore Canadian hockey player. He's part of the heritage of what it is to be Canadian. And
what do you think the Rogers should do? Should they bring him back?
To be honest with you, I think sometimes when you make certain decisions and you're going to have to live by those decisions, I don't think you can bring them back. I don't know, maybe Don would ask for more than they can give, so to speak, and they might bring him back. But I'm pretty sure Don, can't speak for him, but I don't think it would be a good idea to bring him back. Probably time to do something new, maybe. Maybe another organization might want to bring him on board and change it up a little bit, maybe modernize it or whatever. But I mean, maybe the time's over for that. Rogers made the decision, so they're going to have to
know what Cherry had to say on hockey.
I'm an immigrant, so I had nothing problem with it. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I don't understand why we get so angry. And you know what? You said it was a corporate decision. Well, you know what? They aired that thing. How many times they aired it? Right? It must have been for that game. Must have been the game afterwards, the 3-hour one later. Right? So they knew, and there was a 7-second delay. They knew they could have stopped it. Nobody had a problem with it until all of a sudden a few protesters or a few public people came out. That's the problem with the left. The left doesn't tell you that, you know what, I don't want to listen to that, I'm going to turn off my channel. They said, I don't want anybody to listen to that, I want this guy gone.
You think this is a political thing?
I think it's always a political thing, yeah. There's two real big divides there. You're either left or you're right. There's no more in between.
What do you think will happen this weekend? I mean, without Coach's Corner there, what do you think they're going to do on Hockey Night in Canada?
It's going to be very different. It's going to be very different. I don't know what to expect. It won't be the same, and we'll have to wait and see, but maybe there will be a reprieve and he'll be back.
Do you think there'll be more apologies possibly from Ron MacLean this weekend? Because he did sort of apologize for Don's comments or what have you on Twitter.
I think that's all part and parcel of the whole situation.
Yeah.
That people are apologizing for things that have gone unsaid or said incorrectly or maybe not even said.
Paul, how are you doing today?
Great.
So you're down here with your wife Jacqueline today. You're just down here with a sort of handful of people supporting Don Cherry and supporting what he had to say, whether people think it's right or wrong. What's your sort of feelings on it? And I asked your wife, what do you think will happen on Hockey Night in Canada this Saturday night?
Well, it's going to be pretty sad. We are used to see this gentleman that is an icon. It's very entertaining, and he speaks from the heart. And I believe, like my wife saying, everybody can make a mistake, and he acknowledged that. And for something like that, I believe that there's no reason to fire somebody, especially with his track record. He does so much for this country, for the military, for the police, and he's being recognized. So again, I'm sad about that. I don't think I want to watch it all. Don Cherry for me is a legend. So, and I didn't get offended whatsoever for what he said, because I know he means well.